Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and welcome to day 79 of a year of yoga. We're still building on the same practice that we've been doing together for the past 2 weeks at this point. But I'm trying to words are so I'm trying to add in different modifications and slight variations every day. That way we're not just brutalizing the same muscles and the same stretches. That's not going to be a very good place for that, is it? Sorry, I'm always trying to figure out the best location for my mic. And so today I'm having it all threaded up. We'll see. We'll see how this works. But we're going to start just here at the foot of our mat. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Let's actually do some great big arm circles today. Inhaling them forward and up, and then exhaling back. Let's change direction. Inhale up, exhale down through the front. And we can come up onto our tippy toes and down. Full circle coming down, bending into our knees, just palms pushing away in front of us. Inhale, exhale. Inhale up onto our tippy toes and down. Just adding a little bit of a flow here, then ending with our palms together in prayer position in front of our heart. Now I'm going to use the wall today to kind of give myself a little bit more balance. And I'm going to start left hand on the wall. I'm bringing my left heel up behind me and reaching back with my right hand. I'm going to grab onto as high up as I can onto my foot or my ankle. And just stretching into this, breathing, engaging that left glute, actually engaging both of our glutes to push into the quadricep and really feel that nice stretch down the top front of our thigh. And we can also get a really nice opening through our shoulder here as well. So this one, not only are we gonna release slowly so it doesn't just boing out of position, but not only are we adding in the quadricep stretch that I feel like I really need more in my life, but I feel like this posture kind of is a nice alternative to prayer hands behind our backs. So changing sides, we are going to bring our right foot up, reaching down to grab it, and then coming up and through. And really lifting that heart towards the sky, chest opening. We can bend and pulse that knee if we like. And then let go and release back down. Now from here, I'd like to modify things up just a little bit. So we can inhale up, and we're doing a wide-legged back bend. One breath cycle, inhaling, exhale. On our next inhale, we will swan dive forward, and let's go ahead and grab our blocks here. Where did my other block go? There it is. So wide-legged forward fold, using our blocks to enhance our practice by bringing the floor up to us. And we could start with the blocks at their highest position and really get a nice flat back and kind of shift our hips one way and then the other. We could step them down a level and start letting our head and shoulders hang. We can lower them even still. And maybe scooch them a bit farther in front of us and get a nice stretch through our upper back also. Keeping that micro bend in our knees as we're in this forward fold to keep them from locking out and to protect that joint. We can also possibly use the blocks to support our noggins to rest our heads on. We can lower it down. We can even start to reach our hands through. And I've rotated, so if I have my hands like this with my thumbs pointing towards each other, whenever I cross that line of kind of connecting one arch of my foot to the other, I like to turn my hands so that my thumbs are towards my feet. Or flip them over and rest them on their backs. And from here, we can get a really nice bend. I've bent my knees, making sure that they're traveling over the center line of my feet. And we can put our hands up on that inner thigh, inner knee area and really push open into those inner thighs. We could even shift our weight a little from side to side, or just stay static here in the center. And we can even lift onto our toes, or just do one leg at a time if you're building up your ankle and foot strength. Now I feel like I really need to get the hang of being in this position with more of a posterior tilt, kind of, or anterior tilt, tucking my tailbone under. So I'm going to come down in this position with my tailbone tucked and put my arms in elation, growing up into the sky. And as I exhale, pulse down nice and deep into that stretch. Inhaling up, exhaling down, holding for just a breath cycle, and then inhale up. Ooh. Oh goodness. Now from here, we shall resume our normal sequencing, more or less. I just needed to do something to kind of open up my hips a little bit, get a little bit something different in. So let's inhale, arms up, lifting our chest towards the sky. Exhale into a slight back bend, just wherever you're at today. 2 breath cycles. Inhale up, swan dive, forward. Forward fold. Bend those knees, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale up. Exhale. 3 breath cycles now in this back bend. And inhale up. Forward fold down. And from here, we can walk our hands forward into a downward facing dog. Relaxing our head, neck, and shoulders. Pressing through all of our fingertips. Come up onto our toes. Maybe shift our weight a little before resting back down through our heels. Taking just a few breaths here. I'm going to step my left foot in, move my right hand in out of the way. Inhale, the right leg up. Words. Inhale and exhale, stepping through. Coming down into our high runner's lunge. Pressing the ground away from myself through my hands and feet equally. Then I'm going to lower that back knee. Provide padding to your patella, however you might need it. So I actually don't like padding my knee directly. I like padding my shin right below my knee to take all that pressure off of my patella. But also, what I'm currently working on is really pressing down through the top of my left foot to bear some of the weight off of my knee. And that really makes this more challenging, I'm going to tell you. And back down. Actually going to try this lifted. Back knee lifted if you want. Let's do a bit of a twist here. One more breath. And exhale down, shifting back, stretching that right hamstring. We can look forward and up. This is another spot where using a block can really help you to get just really nice and deep. Or you can bring the ground up to yourself as you reach around with your left hand to the right outer edge of your foot. Okay. Bringing that right knee back, or right foot back. I'm going to just sit back on my knees for just a second. 116 beats per minute is my current heart rate. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all, I don't think. Just sitting in thunderbolt position. And you can speak them out loud. You can write them in the comments. Or you can just think them in your mind. 5 things that you're grateful of. And each of these things, as you think about them, treat it like it's a precious relic that you've picked up in your mind's hands, sort of, and you're looking at this gratitude from every angle and really cherishing it. Whenever I'm having a hard day and it's hard to grab onto something, like I'm very lucky that I have so many amazing people in my life. Hey. That it's hard for me to not come up for things to be grateful for. But if I'm just in a really hard moment, I like to just catch my breath. And in my mind's eye, just hold the face of each of my babies, my kitties, my doggies, my Randy. And I just hold their little face, and in my mind, I give them a little kiss on their forehead. And I put them back down so they can run off and do whatever it is that they do with their day. And if it's a really hard day, I do it to my chickens too. I love my chickens. But what sweet creatures they are. Not the chickens, they're horrible. They're horrible little monsters and I love them. But the cats and dogs are pretty good. So whatever it is that brings you gratitude today, just carry it close to your heart. And I think that if it helps you all the way it helps me, it should bring a whole lot of joy into your day to just keep that right there. Okay. Oh, my knees. Coming forward. Curling my toes under. Oh, I think I spent too long being grateful. Now my feet hurt from sitting on. Inhale into cow. And exhale, meow, into cat. Now let's have our toes curled under if you don't already. Inhale and exhale into another downward facing dog. Nodding our head, shaking our head no, nodding it yes. Now from here, I'm going to step my right foot towards the center, move my left hand out of the way, lift that left leg up towards the sky. One breath cycle and then inhale. And exhaling, bringing that foot forward. I'm just going to open this up into our high runner's lunge. Really pressing the ground away from me through all four limbs. I'm going to lower that back leg. Come up into low crescent lunge. And from here, I'm going to bow forward, lifting up on my back right foot. I'm going to inhale and exhale open, twisting my left arm up. Exhaling down. Ooh, there's a bee in here. Hey, bee. You gotta go home, man. There's nothing in here for you. Please don't sting nobody. And here I was, because I was like, well, maybe I should do outdoor yoga because it's such a beautiful day. And then I was like, nah, let's give nature a break from me for a little bit. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye on that. I'll be fine if I get stung, but Randy's like, he's not quite EpiPen allergic, but we try to not expose him as much as possible. So, well, what a little blessing from a little honeybee this late in the season. Go home, little guy. So, let's go back to where we were. Ooh, that made me move quick. I don't normally get out of the way that fast. But I'm going to inhale, exhale, leaning back over my right foot, stretching through that left hamstring. Coming up out of that, slide that left foot back, and find ourselves in tabletop, and then cat-cow. And I actually kind of like to, instead of just moving with my breath, I really like to move into the posture. And I'm going to use my blocks to get just a little bit deeper into my spine. I like to come into the posture and then just breathe into all of the corners of my lungs while I just stretch everything out. And we can move deliciously slow as we come through our cat-cow undulations. Change directions, scooping up and through. tucking that tailbone, curving that back. And there we go. I'm actually going to now place my hands, bring my knees together, come forward, nice and slow before we lift our upper body, using just our back muscles to start with before we then assist, laying on my cord with our arms. And this is another great opportunity to use our blocks. We could just be here in Sphinx. And we can even use the blocks to just kind of hold our hands onto and really engage and pull that chest forward. Or you can scooch them back just a bit. And push up nice and deep into Cobra. We can alternate bringing our heels towards our booty. Or we could bring both of our heels in at the same time and then extend things out. Just don't forget to breathe, whatever it is that you're doing. Coming back down. I'm going to place my hands on either side of my chest, curl my toes under, inhale, and exhale up and through plank into downward facing dog. Honestly, I breezed through that so quickly, I don't even think I can call it plank, but it was in my heart. From here, putting my feet as wide as my mat to make room as I walk my hands up. Come into another forward fold. Holding on to my elbows to let my head and shoulders hang. Let's bend those knees and roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Very good, you guys. Inhale up and exhale down. Thank y'all so much for joining me here today. I hope y'all are doing really well. We've been having a particularly rough night with Z-Dog. He seems to be on the mend, but the meds that the vet gave him have had adverse side effects. So we're just trying to ride it out and see how he's doing. But it's a Sunday, so the vet's not open, and we'd have to drive him 30 minutes to get to like the nearest emergency vet. So that would be a very rough car ride for him because he hates being in the car. So we're trying to just kind of play it by ear and see how that goes. But it was really nice to get to come and do yoga with y'all today and take my mind off of the burdens of the world for a sec. But thank you guys so much again. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 80 of a year of yoga. So until then, you guys, keep on keeping on. Bye.